Hi, my name's Brian Robinson and I'm speaking to you from County Durham in the UK. The reason I'm shooting this short video, I've never done anything like this before, so you'll have to excuse the errors, is to tell you about a weekend I've just spent about 3 weeks ago with Roy Carter. It was his fast track weekend in Australia. Now, I've been buying Roy's products for about 3 years now, and I've always found him to be a genuine guy, or he seemed a genuine guy. Obviously I'd never met him. But I'd always promised myself if I ever got the chance to meet him personally and work with him personally, I would take that opportunity. So he sent me some information about his fast track weekend at his own home on Magnetic Island in Australia. And I decided to book up and go. Well, as you can imagine, it doesn't come cheap flying from the UK to Australia. And what's more, because of my time restraints, because of other commitments, I could only spend 3 days in Australia and I had to travel back. So I was travelling back there and back from the UK to Australia in a week. I got to say, my family thought I was absolutely mad. So anyway, I decided to book up and go because I wanted to meet up with Roy. To compound the issue, make things worse, when I got to the airport, Newcastle Airport, I found that I should have been there the day earlier. My flight had gone the day before. I'd got my flights mixed up, so they were going to charge me extra to rebook the flights. Now, I must admit, I was only 15 miles from home at the time, and I did consider going home at the time and just cancelling, but I thought, no, I'm determined, I'm going to go out and do it. So I don't regret a minute of it. It's taken me over 2 weeks to recover because of the difference in time and also the jet lag. And on top of that, I caught a virus when I was out there, but I would do it all again next week. The training was unbelievable. Roy has an uncanny, down-to-earth way of putting the training across. They're very basic. I mean, by his own admission, Roy is just an ordinary guy. He decided he wanted to change his lifestyle and have a better lifestyle. And he learned how to market online, and now he teaches his students how to do that. And like I say, he's got a very down-to-earth, basic way of putting that across. And he said something to me when I was out there. He said he can't understand why this day and age people make a living from doing what you might call a proper job. And that resonated with me because his philosophy is you don't need to know how to do everything. You see, in the past I've tried all sorts of programs and I've got lost off. It's been too, there hasn't been enough instruction on how to carry out the task in hand. And invariably, I'd spend that much time, I get depressed and give up. Well, Roy teaches you that you don't need to know everything yourself. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. He teaches you in his training how you can find somebody else. As long as you know what you want to do, you can find somebody through his training to do the tasks in hand for you. Besides being a brilliant mentor, him and his lovely wife Lynn are also the brilliant hosts actually that look after you. My advice to you, because the reason I'm shooting this video is because I know he's got a day's training coming up in Australia. I think it's in August. It's probably going to be the last any sort of training he's going to be doing for the rest of this year, because it actually gets in the way of his brilliant lifestyle in Australia. But he's so determined to give back, if you like, and show people how to get started online, that he's doing this day's training. Now, I travelled from the UK at considerable expense, bearing in mind I had to pay for the flights twice, and I would do it again. Roy undersells himself. He over-delivers on his training. If you're serious about getting started with an online business, you really need to spend time with Roy Carter. I would advise, if you are serious, as I say, you need to book up for this one day training. I promise you, you won't regret it. And I wish you the best of luck.